I joined the Gas Drilling Awareness Coalition when they wanted to put a compressor station next to the Dallas high schools. This sort of thing would have exposed those students to endocrine and neurological disruption. But with Act 13, they tried to eliminate zoning so that they'd still be able to do something like that. My state rep, Karen Boback, voted for that, but the insanity doesn't end there. Now we have an acid mine proposal that we can use acid mine water in the fracking process and let the corporations that use it off the hook, co-sponsored by my Senator Lisa Baker. But to be bipartisan, it's also supported by Democrat Senator Udicek, who, interestingly enough, attended a lobby-funded AstroTurf fake grassroots effort over at the casino, which I think is fitting because gas drilling is a gamble. You got 7% of the well casings fail right from the start, 60% are going to fail over 30 years, 95% over 100 years. I think we've seen a few of these movies before with the tobacco industry. The drillers got exempted from the Clean Air and Clean Water Acts because the industry knows it pollutes. So if you drill holes in 2/3 of the state, injecting millions of gallons of toxic chemicals into the ground, in 100 years, if not sooner, it could kill off Pennsylvania's #1 industry, agriculture. So it looks like China's going to get the gas, the corporations in Texas are going to make the real money, and Pennsylvania is going to get the frack poison and waste. Which brings me to the worst politician Pennsylvania has had in almost 100 years, Gas Gov Tom Corbett. He's got appointments where the Department of Conservation and Natural Resources has to drill its own land in order to fund itself. How insane is that? Should we get ready to rename the Fish and Boat Commission just the Boat Commission when the fish are gone? And finally, there's Corbett's shameful appointments to run the DEP, that instead of protecting the environment and citizens, they are now obsessed with protecting the gas drillers. Since the drilling began in 2005, there have been hundreds of incidents of water contamination, most notably in nearby Dimmock. Last year alone, there were over 480 complaints. And the extent of the contamination from gas drilling should be recorded by the DEP as part of the public record. This is nonsense of non-disclosures is bogus in the fact that people don't live forever, and the affected land will be inherited or sold. As such, our future owners and neighbors should be aware of the hazards and other related issues mandated by law. Wouldn't it be ironic that if people didn't want to buy the produce from Pennsylvania, we'd have to import it from China? You know, those smart folks at NASA put a man on the moon on time and under budget have on their website that 97% of all scientists believe that climate change is real and that we need to do something about it. As you heard here, the methane fugitive emissions are hundreds of times much worse than ever thought they were. But it doesn't have to end this way. In the 1960s, Buckminster Fuller, and you can Google him, showed that by merely interconnecting the words hydroelectric dams, you could have 1 kilowatt equal 1 cent renewable worldwide. And this doesn't even include major advances made in solar recently. Germany makes 50% of its electricity in solar and will have nuclear energy gone, phased out by 2025. Fossil fuels are a part of the past or a doomed future. We need to vote for policymakers who are for the future of renewable energy and the future of mankind instead of risking it. And the time to act is now, today. Thank you.